Well, it's been a tough old ride for both of these teams. Bosnia-Herzegovina getting one win, an incredible come-from-behind win against Israel, but then they fell flat yesterday against Finland. Russia 0-4, but they've lost 4 close games. We just watched Poland win 78-65 over Finland. Later tonight, Israel and France will battle it out for first place here in Group A. And, of course, the seedings matter because they will cross over with the teams in Group B in the round of 16. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Johnny Rogers. And Johnny, real quickly, you know, as we look at this standings, and you can see France and Poland up top, Israel, Finland, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Russia. You know, Russia have had a good, not a good tournament results-wise, but there have been some positives.
There's been some positives, Jeff, and I would go as far to say when they're on their game, they're as good as anybody in this group. We saw them dominate many stages of the game against France. And again, when they're on their game, it's tough to match up with them. They've got a lot of length, a lot of height, they've got some talent. Lacking some experience, what you're used to seeing from Russia. But when they get their game going, like Kolstov, like several of their players.
Well, we saw Dezikov last night. He exploded. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Montpellier. It's the last day of Group A here at the Eurobasket. And we're going to watch a pair of teams squaring off in a bid to avoid the wooden spoon in the group. Russia have yet to win a game, but they've lost 4 close ones, and they'll be going up against Bosnia-Herzegovina, a team that came from behind to beat Israel, but other than that has had a tough tournament as well. And both teams have shown signs here at the Eurobasket that they have really good teams, but it's about being able to put it together for 40 minutes. And unfortunately for both of these teams, they will be going home after this game. Evgeny Pashutin, former Russia national team player, is the coach of this Russia team. For Bosnia-Herzegovina, coached by Duško Ivanović, it's a team that has a lot of firepower at times, but they just, for some reason, fell flat yesterday against Finland, following really an incredible overtime win over Israel a couple of days before that. And without Mirza Teletovic, their star player from the NBA, they've lacked maybe just that little bit of leadership and experience and quality. With him, who knows how far this team could have gone, but you know what? They've got a bright future as well. And the question would be whether or not Duško Ivanović would remain in charge, because if he does, you would think that they would be a very competitive team moving forward. Now we're going to have a pause in the commentary and the playing of the national anthems for both teams.
First, the national anthem of Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Well, this can be a tough game to play, no doubt about it, for both of these teams without a chance to move on in the competition. The referees, Matej Bolthauser, Spiridon Gontas, and Apostolos Kalpakis from Slovenia, Greece, and Sweden, respectively. This can be a game where, you know, you can still come out and sign off with a win. And I think anytime you have a chance to leave a tournament with a win, it's better. You leave a better taste in your mouth. So that'll be probably at the front of the thoughts of both of these teams. For Russia, the roster, Andrei Zubkov pretty much got the night off last night against France. Only made a brief appearance. Ruslan Pateyev, Vitaly Fritz, and Igor Vyaltsev. Vyaltsev also didn't play much last night. Antonov, Monya. Kostov has been almost a revelation, even though he's been around in this lineup for some time. So the starting five will be Fridzin, Kostov, Monya, Vorontsevich, and Pateyev. And don't forget, we are excited about seeing once again the young Russian Dezdenikov, who came in last night and played at center for them. And Kurbanov, Vorontsevich, Ponkrashov will also get a lot of minutes. For Bosnia-Herzegovina, theirs is a roster that relies heavily on Andrea Stepanovic, Marko Šutalo. Bavčić plays a lot of minutes. Nemanja Gordic, Kikanovic, Perisic, Milosevic, Alex Renfro has been impressive, and Vrabac, Albijanic has been impressive too. So Šutalo, Gordic, Vrabac, Bavčić, and Stepanovic will start it here for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, there's the game ball, and what happens is some kid comes from out of the Montpellier crowd here, wanders out to the court, showing the high dribble. I'm surprised the referees haven't called palming on that. No, he's doing a good job, and he hands it to the referee, and then we've got the game ball. That's a tender moment, isn't it, Johnny?
That's right. That's right. And I like to see him dribbling the ball. So many of the kids are coming out here afraid to bounce it. But anyways, we've got Kikanovic on the screen with Fritz, and these are two key players. Kikanovic, what can you say about him? He made those two clutch plays at the end of the game end of regulation against Israel, and then was able to finish it in overtime. Fritzon really caught fire last game. We've been expecting it. We finally saw last game against France. We caught fire. You didn't want to give him any space or any clean looks from long distance. Chances are it's going to go in.
Yeah, Kikanovic, he won't be moving on, but he certainly gave this Eurobasket one of its incredible moments. They were down by 16 points, I think was the high for Israel, and he capped the comeback by catching a long pass from Gordic. There you see Pashutin, the coach of Russia, and nailing a three-pointer to force overtime, and then he scored right at the end of overtime for Bosnia-Herzegovina to win. I really like Pashutin as well as Ivanovic. I know Ivanovic has a character that's really tough. But after the competition is over, he's a good guy as well. You wouldn't want to cross paths with him on the court, that's for sure. I'm sure when he was a player, he was about as tough as they came. In fact, did you ever come up against him on the court?
I may have played against him towards the end of his career. I did see him as a player. And you know, I would venture to say he's probably more intense as a coach than he was as a player, because you cannot get any more intense than he is on the sidelines. Yes. He does a great job, and like we've mentioned earlier, his players can't help but be intense once they step on the floor. All they have to do is look at his example.
You're looking live inside the Arena de Montpellier. It's the second game here of day 6, and the last round of Group A, if you will, the last day of Group A. And it's Russia in red starting off and scoring against Bosnia-Herzegovina in white.
Great start for Russia. Quick movement, ball movement, doing the weave on top. Vorontsevich knocks down an uncontested three-pointer.
So Kikanovic not in the starting lineup. And Stepanovic falls out of bounds, is able to throw it off of a Russian.
Good team defense. Fritzon fronting the low post. Vorontsevich was quick to come over to double.
Nemanja Gordic gets it inside. Brabac is long, and Pateev with the rebound. Pateev among the players perhaps that's here because of who's not here. Timothy Mozgov wasn't able to play for Russia, or chose not to play this summer. Alexei Shved not available. Here's Sergei Monya, and he misses. Long shot from Shutalo, and Vornsevich with the rebound. And the foul called against number 9.
We see him lose control, lose balance, gets bailed out because there actually was some contact.
Kovstov passes back to Vornsevich. And the
good pressure defense.
Now over to Fritzen. Monya for 3, that's good.
There it is, Monya continues to shoot. He's been struggling from deep. He came into this game 21% from three-point land. You see him knock down 1 of 2 to start this game.
Brabac dribbling around in the corner, gets it to Stepanovic with 2 on the shot clock. He's going to have to put one up. And what kind of shot was that? That was just kind of a throw.
Was it a shot? Shot clock running down. He had to get rid of it. If you draw iron, you can at least hope for an offensive rebound. That ball did not touch rim or backboard.
Well, this is what you call a shot from Monya. You really, if only he had heated up earlier in the tournament, Russia might have done a little bit better. Here he is, catching it down the low block. Kostov. And the ball goes out to Vornsevich. And now the ball intercepted by Shutalo, but Fritzen gets it back. Monya. And the foul on Bavcic.
Good teamwork. We see Russia coming out active. They're moving the ball, they're moving, they're cutting, sharing the basketball. We've seen moments throughout this tournament. They've perhaps the best ball movement in any team here.
And then Monya couldn't control it now. Brabac drives in, gives it back to Bavcic, and he goes up for the dunk.
Good pass by Brabac. Finds Babic on the trail on the fast break.
Ball goes out of bounds. Back over to Bosnia-Herzegovina. Here it is again, that previous trip which led to the fast break and the dunk by Bavcic. Stepanovic gets inside, nice roll.
Nice pass by Bacic from the top. Good little bounce pass. Stepanovic got great position inside, was able to finish.
Look back at Bosnia-Herzegovina's Eurobasket, and if only they'd been able to beat Poland on opening day, it could have been so different. Kostov with that miss. And Kostov commits the foul. You know, Kostov, for me, has played with this national team for a long time. I watched him play a lot last season for his club. And really, he's been one of the biggest surprises for me, how well he's played for Russia.
I'm with you on that, Jeff. We've seen him distribute the ball. He's averaging nearly 6 points a game, but he shot accurately from three-point range.
And the drive, and Brabac gets a trip to the line.
Kostov, 53% from three-point range, 6.3 assists in these games. But he's been playing under control, very composed. Done a great job.
And now Brabac chases down the long rebound. He's perhaps got a little bit of energy that he's bringing to the table today. Now inside to Stepanovic, and he puts it up with a reverse layup.
Good baseline cut. We saw the pass from the top. Gordic with the assist.
Shutalo picks up the foul. Desdenikov is coming back into the game for Russia. Watch this. Here's the play from Gordic.
This will be interesting. You see the backdoor cut by Stepanovic. Stepanovic is very physical. It's not the easiest matchup for Desdenikov.
Babats. Desdenikov was in the press conference last night after the defeat to France, and the coach, Pashutin, said he's a part of the future of this national team program, and I think you've been impressed by what you've seen so far.
Just grabbed the rebound, contested a shot. So far, very active on defense.
Borsevic online, but just a little short. Now Brabats quickly to the other end, and good hustle from Fritzen to knock it out of bounds. Seaman Antonov is checking in for Borsevic.
Bobčić running the floor, putting the pressure on the Russian defense. Looks like Russia's playing a man-to-man defense. I'm sorry, the floating zone man-to-man. You see Stepanovic trying to get position inside, they were unable to connect on that pass.
So Russia bring it up the floor. Midway through the opening quarter. And Desdenikov gets it and can't quite control his footwork there. He travels.
Fritzen threw it where he has to. We see high in the air, so just a little too far underneath the backboard. Desdenikov trouble gaining his body control.
What part of the game does he work on to take it to the next level for this Russia team?
I just think he needs to continue to get experience. He's got to work on his body, gain as much strength as he can.
Pass inside to Stepanovic, and Manya picks up the foul.
A lot of times guys like that, Desdenikov, they're effective just by being active and preventing easy shots inside, changing and altering shots. You know, but you definitely want to see him add strength. That will happen with age. That will come with age, but also with hard work.
It's been a fascinating Group A here in Montpellier, France. Okay, maybe you're lacking some of the traditional heavyweights that there you see Stepanovic with 7 points, and Monya goes to the bench. Some of the traditional heavyweights, say, of Serbia, Spain, and Turkey. I guess you'd qualify them as a heavyweight, maybe.
Germany with playing at home with Nowitzki.
Yeah, but I think this group has been as good as any of them in terms of the parity, and I think we've been surprised by the quality. When you look at a Russia team like this that's 0-4, I think it tells you something about this group. It's not a bad group at all.
It sure does, Jeff. I agree with you 100%. We could not ask for anything more from this group than what we've seen. And the fact that Russia right now is 0-4, that speaks volumes.
Because they really took it to France last night. They really took it. If you look back at Russia's performances,
it just came down to those last few minutes of each game. They did not execute. Small details where the difference between winning and losing. They could have won several of those games.
Well, let's go through them. Israel, they lost. Russia lost. Babrin has come in, by the way, for Russia. Israel beat Russia 76-73. They led by 12 at halftime of that game.
Dominating the game also.
Poland barely beat Russia 82-79. Finland only hit a go-ahead shot with 3.5 seconds left to win 81-79. And then last night we saw Russia lead for, in the words of their coach, Pashutin, for 38 minutes against France. the tournament favorites. And then they ended up losing 74-67. And that score probably, you know, makes France look like bigger winners. I mean, that game was even tighter than that. Renfro comes into the game for Bosnia-Herzegovina. You can't really say the same for Bosnia-Herzegovina, although they have also lost some close games.
Yeah.
Their first game that they lost was a tough one against Poland. Pass out to Babarin. And good follow there from Kurbanov. And the long one from Brabats.
Brabats very active to start this game, playing with a lot of confidence. We see him already attempt a couple threes. He knocks that one down.
Zubkov, one of the leading players for Russia, in there now. Number 7, hands it off to Punkershoff. And long shot from Antonov. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Russian timeout here shortly.
Well, we've seen a lot of substitutions. Pashutin trying to find the best combination to put out there on the floor.
Shutalo, it's good.
Shutalo with that low release when he has space, he's very accurate.
So sure enough, we're gonna have a timeout. 17-7, Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Это не зона. Опять Зуб, ты вышел, как вчера. Ну не хочешь играть, иди в раздевалку. Ёбаной матери отсюда, блядь. Сука, показываешь характер свой. Вы хотите, играйте. Я сказал, кто не хочет, останьтесь в раздевалке. Кто хочет, выйдите и бейтесь. Давай, Моня, иди назад.
Ovo Krašov stavi sa Aleksom. Samo stani, budite svi unutra. No foul. Svi smo unutra.
Saw the field goal percentages. And you could hear the coaches talking.
Pashutin did not mix any words. We don't understand Russia, but I think he got his point across very clearly in that last timeout. He is not happy at all. They got off to a good start. Now all of a sudden they're facing a 16-7 deficit here.
Do you think it had to do with intensity? He's taking Zubkov out.
Yeah, he's making so many rotations. I think that has to do. He's just not happy with the approach of the players at this point. And another turnover. We see an offensive foul. Batayev with the baseline screen trying to free up Kurbanov. Now, Batayev is so big, you really don't have to move. Let your offensive player come to you. He's a big body. Just be set. If you're moving, it's going to be a foul on the offensive player every time.
Kikanovic has come into the game, the captain, number 11, for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Brabants drives down the lane and draws the foul from Patev.
An and one situation. It's not getting any better for Russia. We see Brabants getting to the basket very quickly. Patev was late to help. Make matters worse, he fouls him and does not prevent the basket. Chance for a three-point play by Brabants.
Patev just shakes his head. I don't know what I was doing wrong, coach. Well, we'll have some time to think about that over on the Pine. Punkershoff dribbles back. And the pass ends up being batted around and intercepted. Pass inside to Kikanovic, and Kikanovic puts up a tough shot.
Great body control. We see it again on this instance. Tough reception. He's able to turn and maneuver between those two Russian defenders.
And good play that time by the Russians, and applauded by the coach, Mokrashov here with 1:38 to go in the first quarter.
That ends an 11-point scoring run by Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Into the lane too early. So even with an opportunity to get the N1, Russia committed the lane violation. I don't think Russia want to go home having lost all 5 games, do you?
No,
That
certainly
would not look good.
No.
Especially not with the new president of the federation being one Andrei Kirilenko. Kikanovic spins, gets inside, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Russia unable to control the rebound. Again, in this situation, Bosnia-Herzegovina will get another chance.
Renfro gets it to Kikanovic. Shoot-a-low. They really haven't shot that well in this tournament, have they, Bosnia and Herzegovina? Long shot. Now that triggers a break here for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Inside, and the foul called on Manja. Kikanovic looked over as if to say, "You're going to call an unsportsmanlike."
He went after the ball. Clearly he wanted a foul. He was not going to allow a possible 3-point play. We see Manja come into the picture. He's up in the air hanging, and he got a lot of ball. Hard foul. Kikanovic again displaying his footwork underneath. Not the most athletic player, but he's got some skills, good footwork, good timing, good feel for the game.
Well, Bosnia and Herzegovina go back by 13 here in the final minute of the first quarter. And Brabat, Mr. Energy, intercepts the pass. And Kikanovic goes in, Kovstov from behind, knocks it out of bounds. What do you say if you're, what do you do really if you're shooting right now?
Boy, he's tried everything, Jeff. We've seen him make several substitutions, multiple substitutions, trying to find the combination. Wants to see a little bit more intensity.
And the ball knocked into the hands of Varncevic.
Again, Manja just outstanding on the weak side defense. See him come over and get his hand on the ball, was able to steal the.
Final 4 seconds, Manja, good. Well, that might help him.
Yes, we know he can shoot. He struggled from deep, but here we see so far he's 2 for 3 tonight. He's made his last 2 from downtown.
So at the end of 1, it's Bosnia and Herzegovina up on Russia, 22-12. There you see the shooting percentages and the rebounding. Bosnia and Herzegovina leading in that category. Second quarter action underway here. Bosnia-Herzegovina enjoying the better of the exchanges in the first half. They lead at 22-12 over Russia. Kikanovic gets the ball down low and tries to not go up out of control, but still wasn't able to score. No, Kostov. Monya. And Brabac picks off the pass from Monya. Persic. And good interception from Vorncevic.
Quick hands.
Antonov, been pretty quiet as well. Vorncevic back to Kurbanov, and Kurbanov hits the shot from the baseline.
Oh, we see Russia trying to go inside. They turned it over last trip down the floor, trying to get it inside. They got the ball inside and try to make things happen from there.
Albian is blocked from behind. Good play by Vorncevic. Now Vorncevic. Deficit is 8, and Brabac fouls Monya. Got a lot of head there.
Yeah.
That was Albian's when he was blocked from behind by Vorncevic.
Again, attacking on that right block.
Vorncevic hits the 3.
Finally got one to drop. He's been shooting well from deep this tournament. Missed his first few this game. Hits that one from the corner.
Gordic, and makes it difficult in the corner. Vorncevic quickly up to Kostov, and Russia have now cut it to just 3 points.
Again, it's their defense. Russia's defense have been very quick, aggressive, going after the ball, force some turnovers, getting out on the break.
That was a poor turnover in the corner by Gordic, though.
It's a dangerous place. Almost got trapped. There's no defensive balance, no defensive transition for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Ne igramo više brzi, ne igramo brzi. Nema brzi. Igrajte rogove, vrsti ili rogove strana play.
Посмотрите, если мисс-мэтч, Посту или Курбан или Саймон, сразу, если 4-1 или 2, отдали сюда и смотрите вовнутрь.
3 3-pointers now fallen for Russia.
Если, смотрите, поиграйте 5 сейчас, 5, Саймон. Здесь, сей.
So far, it's been 7 unanswered points by Russia in this second quarter. Kurbanov with quick hands, gets the ball over to Kostov, who finishes.
Reach, almost another turnover. Albianic puts up the shot, and Bosnia-Herzegovina's approach really for the last couple minutes has left a lot to be desired. Monya passes outside to Antonov. Kurbanov with the rebound.
Stay strong with the ball. He wants to play in the post.
Foul down low on Gordic.
We haven't talked much about Kurbanov these days, but he's been solid. He's been a solid contributor on both ends of the floor. You see him working on the boards. They like to go down to him in the low post, trying to create plays from there.
The dump to Kurbanov. And back to Monya. And Antonov just scrapping around, helps Russia get it back, and that leads to a three-pointer from Vorncevic.
Good ball movement. Second, third opportunity points for Russia.
Vorncevic gets inside and was able to put it up and get the two shots. Couldn't quite get a good enough grip on it.
We see him, Vorncevic just made his last 2 threes, so defense is gonna bite on any pump fake. He utilizes a pump fake here to drive past his defender, closing out on him.
Timeout, Bosnia-Herzegovina. But where has it gone wrong overall for Bosnia-Herzegovina? I mean, we know that Russia have played a little bit better, but their lack of, a little bit lack of composure.
Yeah, I don't think they've executed poorly in the second quarter. They haven't scored yet. They're down 10-0 to start the second quarter, 3.5 minutes. And we've seen too many turnovers. They're just not getting good shots. They're not executing. Giving Russia all the confidence in the world. All of a sudden, it's a new game. High score, 22, 47, a couple free throws.
I know you have to play every game. You don't deserve anything, but it would be really hard to see Russia go back without a win, wouldn't it?
No, I don't think that would be fair, would it? After
the way they've played.
Because we've seen some of the best basketball. Say it again. There's times when they move the basketball better than any other team here. We've seen some great defensive possessions also where they've got great rotations coming from the weak side. They've got a lot of length, a lot of height. It's a tough opponent, but they just have not been mentally strong enough perhaps down the stretch of games, and they haven't made plays. They've ended up on the short side in those first 4 games.
If they were missing, I suppose maybe in the low post you could argue that they were missing something from an experience standpoint from Mozgov. But even that said, you know, Pateyev and Desnikov are players that you can look to in the future. Pateyev is only 25. Desnikov is 20, 21 years of age. And good help inside, good fight from the Russians. And they're just kind of taking over this game right now.
Yeah, Moskov would definitely make a difference, and so would their president there, the federation, Andrei Kirilenko. I'm sure he'd be able to help on the floor, but they got to play with the players they have.
Foul called on Gordic up top.
Alexei Shved would give them a dynamic point guard also, combo guard. But Kolstov, these younger players are getting experience. Kolstov's one of them.
Yep, and see Antonov chasing it. Shutelo's going to hustle, and who's the foul going to be called on? Good effort from Shutelo.
They're going to call over and back. Russia's arguing that Shutelo touched the ball right there. So that would entitle Antonov to be able to try to grab possession in the backcourt. And the ball is going to be waved off.
Yeah, it's going to go back over to Russia.
It was actually Shutelo that admitted that he had touched the ball.
Okay. Well, that's
we
refreshing.
We see Shutelo right there. He admitted.
He gets the good sportsmanship award for the day.
Yeah.
Would he have done that if they were fighting for a spot and he had someone in the knockout round? Kostov was short there. So finally, Bosnia-Herzegovina get it back. battle down low. The foul called on Varsevic.
Varsevic working hard, trying to get around that big, wide body of Stepanovic. Picks up the foul.
Three-pointer no good. The rebound for Russia. Kurbanov hands it off to Monya. Good box out that time. Buza, and he's just going to take it all the way. Dude, nice play from Buza. Pushes it quickly up to Stepanovic.
And Stepanovic runs the floor, hustles up there, gets in position. Set up perfectly by Buza.
And now an offensive foul called on Kurbanov.
You see him using too much of his upper body to gain position. I don't know if we're going to see the replay. We'll see it here. Using a lot of his arms. And he's surprised by the call, but you got to avoid using your hands in those situations.
Stepanovic backs up Antonov now. Gets it to Kikanovic, and good. That's tough to do against Russia right there. They've got so much size on that front line. Looked like Stepanovic maybe had a better shot going up against Antonov. Now Antonov puts it up, and he travels.
Good to see the replay on this. Tough break for Russia.
Or I guess we might not see it. You can see the Pashutin just completely disagreed with the travel. And what he didn't like was being told by the referee to go sit down.
Устаньте в позицию. Сыграйте один. Лиз, посмотрите, то же самое, один вниз. Четверки отдали пятому. Запустили, посмотрите вот сюда, то же самое, вовнутрь.
Daj loptu, daj, protrči, ovaj neka i onda počni da igraš, neka četvorka bude gore. Ovdje, oni će stati u zonu. Uđi da izbaci. A ne pravi nikakav blok.
A lot better from Bosnia-Herzegovina inside in this game. And more threes falling for Russia, and it's 24 all. It's looks like a game that's being played between two teams that have just been struggling all tournament.
Yeah, they're struggling to get it together here. We're seeing short runs by each team. So far, this second quarter has really been tough for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Only 2 points on the board so far in the second quarter. Not really getting good, clean looks at the basket. They've turned it over. Have a couple shots blocked underneath. Their only basket was that transition basket by Stepanovic.
Oh, Bobčić lost control, was able to get it back. Buza says, calm down. Buza goes in, hands it off to Stepanovic.
Well, Buza's got both assists in this second quarter. Again, he sets up Stepanovic.
And good defense from Gordic. Prevents the pass. Bad turnover there by Monya.
Telegraphed that pass. Everybody in this gym knew he was going inside. You want to see a fake to one side or the other. Buza creates that scoring, another scoring opportunity creates. Stepanovic gets great position.
So foul called before the drive. Kurbanov picks up his second foul. Buza lays it up, and Stepanovic gets it, draws the foul, earns the trip to the free throw line with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in this second quarter.
Again, we see Buza putting the ball on the floor, creating some offense. Wasn't able to finish, but Stepanovic is right there with great position underneath. Grabbed the rebound and goes to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Free throw is good by Stepanovic. Second one is good as well. And it goes, and Varncevic draws the foul as he flies in.
You like to see Varncevic attack the basket. He's been settling for a lot of three-pointers. There we see him attacking the basket, drawing the foul.
First one good by Varncevic. They find Schudelo open. He just kind of steps in, puts it up, and rips the twine.
There's a lot of skill right there, Jeff. He had the three-pointer, dribbled a couple times to his left, pulled up, calmly sank that shot.
Kurbanoff. Back outside to Varncevic. Back outside to the Kurbanator. He looks over, and Kostov for three. Well, we sang his praises. He hasn't really got it going tonight, Kostov.
He struggled from deep.
And it goes to Stepanovic. And a charge called on Stepanovic.
Friedson rotates over perfectly, sets himself outside of the arc. There you have it again, the Russian team defense. Perfect position, Friedson, rotating over from the weak side.
Ivanovic. Was that a laugh of frustration? Was that a laugh of, I don't agree with it? Here we go. Three-pointer. Nope. Varncevic misses. Now into the corner. Buza. Buza goes hard, and foul is called. A reach.
You see Buza attacking the basket. He's got a first quick step, was able to get past his defender. Got inside, drew the foul, some contact. Looked like he was shaking up a little bit on the play. Trying to dry off the ball. You see the players are waiting for that.
Well, I wonder how far away Buza is from getting substantial minutes in this Bosnia-Herzegovina team.
It's only his second game. He played 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes earlier in the tournament. Just came out and given them a spark. Couple assists.
Just 20 years of age. So this is a learning experience for him. 5-point lead, though, for Bosnia-Herzegovina They kind of lost the initiative, and now they've gotten it back. Sergei Monya inside the arc. And those long jump shots aren't falling. Now here's Buza, and then Buza has it knocked out of his hands by Zubkov. Buza apologizes. Looks more like a, he's really more of a 2, isn't he? And look, Ivanovic is saying, don't try to beat it yourself, pass it up the floor.
Yeah, he's just about as tall as Stepanovic. We saw them standing next to each other. But obviously he's a perimeter player. Putting the ball on the floor, he's played probably either position on the wing.
Free throw's good. And Buza comes out, Brabac comes back in. So here in the final minute, Shudalo puts it up. Now back to Russia. This is a game between two sides that don't have a chance of progressing in the competition. Fritzen puts up a 3. That's good. He heats up.
Fritzen was asking for the call on that. Felt Shutalo got him on the arm.
We saw him yesterday heat up. One of the last 2 games, he heated up in the second half. He had a lot of points.
He was on fire in the third quarter with 17 or 19 points in that game. Shooting 65% from three-point range. Against Israel.
Now the spin and the ball. The shot goes out by Pronkoshov, and Evgeny Pashutin just kind of looks over. Evgeny Pashutin looks over and says, "You should have made the bounce pass." But as it is, Russia have tied it up at halftime against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Most of the joy for Bosnia and Herzegovina inside, 5 threes for Russia. Very equal in other aspects of the game here. So at halftime is all knotted at 31. Be sure to stick around for second half action coming your way from Montpellier.
don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, but it ain't gonna fly, no, it don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart, no, it don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, but it ain't gonna fly, no, What do you think, Goomba? Are you ready? A little party that'll kill nobody. We gon' dance until we gonna go home. A little party that'll kill nobody. Right here, right now, no, we got it. Oh, a little party that'll kill nobody. So we gon' dance until we go home. A little party that'll kill nobody.
Alors il reste 6 minutes et 30 secondes avant la reprise de cette rencontre. Peut-être que certains d'entre vous sont allés se rafraîchir et se désaltérer avec quelques boissons et autres cucurbitacées pendant cette pause. Pendant ce temps-là, nous allons profiter des statistiques à la pause. Let's have a look at the statistics at halftime. The MVP is Andrei Vorontsevich with 12 points and 5 rebounds during the first half, whereas Andrias Ivanovic scored 13 points during the first half. The score is tied at 31. Let's have a look at the scores in Berlin first at halftime. Germany 38, Spain 41. At Zagreb, Croatia 15, Georgia 14, 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And then in Riga at halftime, Latvia 33, Estonia 44. Les scores actuellement dans les autres groupes et dans les autres salles. À la mi-temps à Berlin, Allemagne 38, Espagne 41. C'est la mi-temps également en Lettonie, entre la Lettonie et l'Estonie à Riga. L'Estonie mène de 11 points, 44 à 33. Et avec 8 minutes à jouer dans le second quart-temps à Zagreb. Pour l'instant, la Croatie est menée de 2 points par la Géorgie, le score 17-15.
Brava cijeli. Ajde. Ako igra čovjeka ili igra vrti ili igra 15, Edo, ti se otvaraš unutra ako imamo pas. I ako nema ništa, ako je lopta unutra, ovdje neka budeš, vratimo loptu, sačekaj pik, onda igramo pik, pas da prenosimo.
31-31 is the halftime score between Bosnia and Herzegovina and Russia. Bosnia-Herzegovina with one win against Israel, an incredible win. One of the most memorable games of this tournament, coming back from a huge deficit to force overtime and then winning it in the overtime. Kikanovic was the star that day, as well as Gordic. Russia, meanwhile, 0-4 and hoping to avoid going home without a win. They want to finish on a winning note. So Yevgeny Pashutin going over the tactics one last time here before the team gets out on the floor. (31-31) is the score here in Montpellier. It's Russia and Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Russia are going to inbound the ball. And it'll be Anton Ponkrashov bringing it up. Ponkrashov and Monya, two members of that team of Russia back in 2007 that won the Eurobasket title in Spain, famously. I guess it's always famous when you win the title, but that was quite an upset.
It was memorable. Last second shot by J.R. Holden in the capital city, Madrid, Spain.
Were you there then, or were you?
I was spectating.
I was working, spectating as well. Brabac comes up with a steal now. Gordic, and good block from behind by Sergei Monya. Now Russia in the open floor. What will they do? Vorncevic, Ponkrashov passes it. They whip it around. They get it to Fredson. Good!
Great teamwork, great ball movement. Russia comes out alive in this third quarter. They want to get out and run. You see them sharing the ball. That's probably the best option they have. Fredson from three-point range.
Well, that's what we saw early against Israel. Their passing game was excellent in the first half, and we just saw glimpses of it there. Now, good Russia defense, and Brabac reaches in and commits the turnover, so poor start here for the team in white.
See the block, Monya gets up to block that ball off the backboard and start the fast break. He also makes the extra pass.
Vorncevic now steps back in, hits a three-pointer.
Vorncevic is getting it up from long distance. We see him knock it down. Russia's able to extend their lead to 6 points.
Kikanovic battling down low with Zubkov, and Zubkov raises his hand to say, I committed the foul.
We see this. Kikanovic is so smart. He doesn't have the strength or the athleticism, but he just knows how to get that position.
Shutalo from the left and drills it.
Boy, that is what Bosnia-Herzegovina need. They're shot only 11% from deep in that first half.
Now Monya open in the lane, just a little short. Brabac.
You can sense a little more urgency from both teams coming out to start this second half.
Kikanovic. And the ball goes, a turnover now to Zubkov, and Monya brings it up the floor. Fridson thought about it, passes it off, and drives in and foul before the shot.
It's actually a good foul by Brabac. I'm not sure he wanted to foul, but it turns out to be a good foul. It's only their third team foul, so the ball out of bounds. Took away a sure layup.
So you can see Pashootin and Fritzen there.
Musa back into the game. Replacing Bravac.
Monya now, a little behind the arc. And Gordic reached in and took it away from Monya. Now Kikanovic gets in, and Bosnia-Herzegovina turned turnovers into points. I think that's 2 turnovers now on Monya here in the third quarter. And Kikanovic held his ground, ends up with Fritzen, and that's unfortunate for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Oh, look what Fritzen found. Just stepping, just standing out there on the perimeter. Ball rolled right to him. He didn't hesitate, picked it up, knocked it down.
Third quarter is his quarter, isn't it?
It's been that way.
Now Vorsevic a chance. Punkrish off the run and fouled by Bravac. Or excuse me, by Bovcic.
Bovcic stops that fast break. That's their 4th team foul. They'll be in the penalty next foul.
Here's another look. The fast break after that steal. And Ponkrashov turns it over. He looks at the referee to say he got fouled.
Tactical foul there by Russia. Again, too many turnovers. They were able to come out and get a quick lead. But they're letting Bosnia get back into this game. Bosnia-Herzegovina trying to get out and transition to come back.
So the foul down low. Of course, this group is also keeping an eye on what's going on up in Berlin, where Spain and Germany are playing, because the winner of France-Israel later tonight is likely, I think, to play the winner of this game of Spain and Germany. And that was tied at halftime, Spain leading at 41-38. Now the pass, and that was a bad attempt at a touch pass from Stepanovic. And Fritzen just says, it's third quarter, guys, just give me the ball. I'm going to the basket.
Fritzen going to work again this third quarter. He's got it up to 11 points. His personal scoring account.
Yeah, he's had 8 points here in the third quarter. And that was Monya with the foul, Kikanovic.
Monya has great position here. If we see the replay, he's got great position. His hands are up, but he brings his arms down and commits the foul. His hands are perfect. He's got his body there. He just didn't have the patience to hold his ground. And there's Fritzen going right through, slicing right through the defense.
Monya comes out. Yeah, it's not like Monya was giving away too many inches in there, was it? I mean, you know, it's still going to be a contested shot.
It's a difficult, yes, it's a difficult shot, and chances are he'd get help coming from behind. Somebody would come up, and this Russian team would come up from behind and swat that shot away. You want to wall up if you're the defender in that situation. Wall up and hope you get some help from behind.
Kurbanov in the game, gets to Dvorsevic. Now Zubkov and Zubkov and Zubkov. Just kind of turns and puts it in.
Good execution, nice pass from Vorancevic. Zubkov getting good position inside.
Long one, no good, but the rebound by Kikanovic.
Personal foul On number 41, Nikita Kurbanov. His fourth personal foul. And there is a substitution for national team from Russia.
Valtsev comes in for Kurbanov. Kurbanov with those 4 fouls goes to the bench. You know, he doesn't, his numbers don't jump out at you, but Kurbanov provides some intangibles that are important to this Russian team. You see he's disappointed there.
Game seems to be slowing down just a little bit here. Coming up on the midpoint of the third quarter. Sometimes I don't mind that when I'm a spectator. You know, you pay the money, you want to come, you want to see a game, but you also want it to last just that little bit longer. I like those long movies.
You like those overtime games?
I like those overtime games as a fan. And the shot is good. So that takes it now to 44-40 in favor of Russia. And bad play for Russia. Buza now gets it back to Kikanovic. It's good.
Buza has really showed the ability to push the ball up court. He's already got 4 assists.
And Zubkov went up for the dunk and fouled from behind by Stepanovic.
Buzov's probably made 6 passes in this game. 4 of them have been assists. Nice pass there. Valtsev. Good position from Zubkov. We see Buzov with a nice pass.
Zubkov. This lady is wearing a traditional Russian dress. I guess is the best way to put it. Free throw is good. Zubkov was probably Russia's best player the first 3 games of the tournament.
He was active, did some work on the boards, scored points.
Now Vorontsevich going at it with Kikanovic. Shudalo gets it in the corner. Now Vyaltsev. Fritzen drives in. Oh, and Fritzen shows he's human. Ball kind of rimmed out.
He couldn't believe it. We saw him look up at the sky. What happened?
Buza, no-look bounce pass inside, and Stepanovic goes up and closes the gap to just 2 points. An offensive foul called on Vorontsevich. Trying to set the pick. Well, he was kind of backing in, had his arms open, and that fan can't believe it. Can you believe they made that call, Johnny?
That is tough. That's his 5th foul.
So,
he goes to the bench. That's a key player. He's practically averaging double-double, 10 points and 9.8 rebounds per game.
Vorontsevich has to sit down for the rest of the game. Kikanovic hits the jump shot, and now it's tied.
Well, we've seen the last 2 shots by Kikanovic from the perimeter. That's what we're accustomed to seeing. He's struggled with his perimeter shot throughout this tournament.
And Zubkov now becoming the man for Russia, starting to carry him. Buza drives in. Impressive move by the youngster. Just banks it in. Ponkrashov, whip it over to Zubkov for three. Good! Well, everybody, it's the Zubkov show here now in Montpellier.
Zubkov showing his versatility, stepping out behind the arc. Seeing him inside, that time going outside. He's made a few other threes during this tournament.
Stepanovic with the rebound. Turns it, puts it up and in. Not the rebound, rather, just catches it, turns and shoots. 2 minutes, coming up on the 2-minute mark here. Behind the back pass to Zubkov, left open. Give it to me. Well, he misses that. Gordic. And good hands from Antonov. Steals it for Russia. Ponkrashov. Ponkrashov left wide open. Counted! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Ponkrashov. So a three-pointer takes it up to a 54-50 lead. But you really feel kind of like these teams are getting close to that last quarter of a difficult tournament, don't you, for them anyway?
Yeah, the end is in sight for both these teams. You've got to remember, before they get here, they have 5 to 6 weeks of preparation, training camp. During the summer, it's not easy. A lot of everybody else is on vacation. They're working hard with the national teams. They come in here with a lot of ambition, but you know, things have not turned out well for either squad. Now they're at the end. It's the last game. They want to finish out on a good note.
But on the plus side, they would have been with their clubs anyway, right? So
no, they actually will start earlier because these teams will usually start towards the end of July. The clubs will start towards the end of August, beginning of September. They'll miss 2 or 3 weeks, let's say, from their club teams.
But they will be in better shape by the start of the club season?
No doubt. They'll be in better shape. What will happen is they'll hit the wall a little bit earlier during the season.
Well, inside. Buza and Kikanovic goes up and gets swatted. And Kostov chases it down, and then Kikanovic commits the foul.
That was out of frustration, I think. No need to foul in that situation. Sends Kostov to the line. 2 free throws.
Antonov had a couple of blocks here. Tim Antonov.
There's a lot of length underneath there. We saw see a block shot.
So that was Antonov's first block. Kostov misses the free throw. Russia not really going with the bigs today, are they?
No, we saw Zhizniakov in the beginning of the game only played a little more than a minute.
He'll be a player to watch in the coming months. See how he develops as well over the next couple of years. Buza. 2 on the shot clock. Renfro alertly gets it up, but not in time. Now Kostov brings it back. Fritzen traveled.
Position goes to the national team from Bosnia-Herzegovina.
look at that. So Renfro, here in the last seconds of the third quarter. Puts it up right at the end of the shot clock. Now Kostov launches it. Oh! Almost. Kostov came close. As it is, Russia have the better of it in the third quarter. They lead 55-50 with 10 minutes remaining. So that three-point shot for Russia has really been, as you saw in the percentages there, the big weapon. They've got 8 more threes than Bosnia-Herzegovina.
They turned it over more than they should have, more than definitely Pashutin would like. 16 turnovers to 13 for Bosnia-Herzegovina. But this has been a game of runs. We've seen a 15-point run by Russia and an 11-point run earlier in the second quarter by Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Minutes to go in this 5-point game between Bosnia-Herzegovina and Russia. The first ball of the last quarter goes to Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Fourth quarter action underway here in Montpellier between Russia and Bosnia-Herzegovina.
His first personal foul.
Quick foul by Valtsov.
19 seconds remaining on the 24-second shot clock.
Into the corner goes Shutalo, and an offensive foul.
Stevanovic was moving. He's frustrated with the call. You see it right here. Not only is he moving, but he's tangled up. Got these arms tangled up. Prevented that defender to get out there to close out.
Yeah, that might be allowed in some sports, but not in basketball. Fridzen. Antonov catches it and draws the foul on Buza or Shutalo.
Zukov with a nice high-low pass inside. You see it here. Antonov, good position, goes up with both hands to catch that ball.
It was the second personal foul of number 5, Edin Buza.
So Antonov with a chance to stretch the lead to 7.
On the line, 7 Antonov.
Remember, Vorntsevich is already fouled out of the game. 15 points for Russia. So it's got to be the other players have to bring it home the rest of the way. He fouled out in the third quarter. Now Renfro. Into the corner to Shutalo. Stepanovic. Zubkov with the foul.
See, great position by Stepanovic. The deep paint, both feet. Zubkov felt he was pinned. He felt his arms were pinned. Could not get around him to deny that pass. It's a wide body, Stepanovic.
Bosnia and Herzegovina led by 14 points in the first half, and they trail now by 6. Both free throws good. Antonov. And they find Zubkov inside.
Nice dive to the basket by Zubkov. Kostov spotted him, delivered the ball perfectly.
Now this is the biggest lead for Russia. Shidlo gets it inside and a little wraparound pass to Stepanovic.
Personal foul. Goal on number 1. Please get personal foul on the Zubkov.
Again, they're drying the basketball off, a lot of sweat, perspiration. They dry it off for the free throw shooter, Stepanovic.
Blood, sweat, and tears. What do you think would have happened if Russia, for example, had been able to hold on and beat Israel in that first game, and the same for Bosnia-Herzegovina if they'd been able to beat Poland? You just never know, do you? Because that first win is so important.
You get a totally different dynamic, different mentality. If you win the first game, could have won the second game, changes everything.
From the corner, Kostov, and the follow-up from Zubkov, the Zubkov-meister.
We see Zubkov come from the top, threw that down with authority. Good pull-up at the end.
8 points now, the lead for Russia.
Antonov, hands were a little too active. He had good position again, but we see the replay. Probably going to see the dunk. Watch where Zubkov comes from. Throws it down, and then he's going to pull himself up on the rim.
Yeah, but who's looking to box him out? Nobody. Stepanovic wasn't.
He was not touched. He just went.
Buza wasn't. They were just standing there. You got to find somebody to put your body on. Now Stepanovic has it taken away. Now quickly to Fridzin.
Why not?
Steps back. Gets it over to Vyotsev. Left open. And Fridzin gets it back. And the ball goes out of bounds off Stepanovic.
Zubkov kept that ball alive. Fridzin tried to take it in there against everybody. Unable to finish the play.
Now Fridzin inside. Shudalo for three. And Fridzin takes it away from Kikanovic. Kikanovic argues, gets the technical foul. He goes, why'd you have to call that? Look at this.
Quick hands by Fridzin.
So it cost him the free throw, and Kikanovic gets his second foul overall.
Clearly frustration. You can see it from Bosnia-Herzegovina players.
Bosnia-Herzegovina just kind of losing their way here in the second half. A little bit more intensity from them. Kostov. It's almost as if Bosnia-Herzegovina needed that technical to be called to kind of spark them into life. Bounce pass. Stepanovic misses. Goes up, they fight for it. Kikanovic comes down with it. And now referee decides to have a look. Technical foul on the bench.
That's unfortunate. One of the Bosnian players was on his feet. It's unfortunate because they're battling. They had a chance of scoring that play. As it is, it'll be another free throw and possession for Russia. Free on at the free throw line.
Well, you can look at that one of two ways. It's the 5th game. It's doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You know, Bosnia-Herzegovina up against it. They just had a technical foul called. But on the other hand, you know, it's the rule of the game, and if you've been warned, the referee needs to make the call, doesn't he?
Exactly. Play continues.
Zubkov knocks down Shudalo. Renfro comes out. I think by not going to Renfro as much in the first half, he hasn't really been able to impose himself in this game.
Oh, he's been quiet.
Wow, tough shot.
Antonov just went right into Stepanovic. Strong enough to get that shot up and in.
Yeah, that was, I'll tell you, as much as Russia struggled early on, right now, they're kind of on a roll here against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Stepanovic misses down low, and Ivanovic is going to call a timeout for the next dead ball. And long shot, no good. Shudalo with the rebound. And they get it to Kikanovic, and he is fouled by Fridzon.
Foul is on number 7, and the timeout is called for Russia.
So Russia are going to call a timeout. So they do Ivanovic a favor because he was about to call one. Then he called it off. He said, let's see if we can come down and get something.
Саймон здесь играет с Кикановичем. Саймон 1 на 1. Зуб, еще раз. Если твой 6-й наверху, ты здесь, да, в центр, Саймон, закрываешь лицевую, направляешь в центр. Здесь Зуб провоцирует. Не то, что совсем от него, провоцируйте передачу опять этому Степану. Он начинает здесь какие-то заслоны ставить. Ну и пусть. Единственное, что на этих заслонах пробивайте, чтобы не было, что Зуб помогает, и мы здесь...
Field goal percentage. Look at the three-pointers. 10 threes for Russia. That's pretty much the game, isn't it?
Sa četvorkom samo, sa Petrićom igramo ovaj gre.
Russia, we've seen them accurate during stretches of this tournament.
Igrajmo u napad.
They take a lot of threes and then they crash the boards and try to get the rebound if they miss. Also get the ball. What I like is they get the ball inside. They like to start their offense, getting the ball inside, and then from there they'll go inside out, try to generate something from inside. Bosnia and Herzegovina on the other side, 2 out of 14 from three-point land, 14%.
Well, Kikanovic at the line, misses the first. These are makes that he'd like to get here. Try to give Bosnia-Herzegovina that one last push for a second victory at this tournament. Their only win coming against Israel. Second one is good. I don't know why, but I feel like we've got one more highlight reel play coming up. I'm wondering who's going to provide it. I think maybe it might be Zubkov. Here he goes. Vyaltsev out on the perimeter. 5.5 minutes to go. Antonov goes in strong and draws the foul from Brabak.
Great footwork. You see him spin baseline. Kept his defender on his back. Brabak there was unable to do anything but foul him. Could not prevent the basket either. Schutelo was late coming over from the weak side to provide any help.
And Antonov does not convert the opportunity. Gordage hands it off to Kanovich, and he had his shot, came up short.
He faked the pass, but messed up his shot. He was unable to convert the easy look inside.
Now Vyotsev. 10 on the shot clock. Russia taking a little bit of time off the clock now. It's time down. Antonov for three. Good! Seaman Antonov!
Antonov, another versatile Russian big. We saw him score inside. This time he's beyond the arc to knock down that open shot.
So Bosnia-Herzegovina called timeout. Perhaps one last roll of the dice. They're down 70 to 54. It's hard to believe that they actually led by 14 points at one stage in this game. That was about a 30-point difference ago.
Early in the game, they were dominating after that the poor stop. They got a poor start that basically took control at the end of the first quarter.
Well, the specter of, as you look at the stats here, the graphic, the specter of a France, perhaps Spain game again in the round of 16 looms large. Spain right now is looking like they might pull away from Germany, and that setup would happen if France were to win tonight against Israel.
Are you suggesting anything?
Nothing. I'm just saying that if you look at the
that's a tough rival to get, finishing first in your group, to draw the fourth place team, which would be Spain, which looks like it'll probably be Spain.
France, otherwise, if they were to finish second, would face the third place team from this group. Finland. No, it wouldn't be Finland, it'd be Poland.
Poland, I'm sorry, yes, they won. They beat Finland is the fourth place.
Sorry, what am I talking about? France would face, France won this group, so they would face the third place team from this group, from the, Group B, which would be Turkey. I think Turkey might have to win their game to set that up. So Turkey could still end up fourth.
Against Iceland.
Yeah, it's always tricky. Iceland have looked good in some of their games. So they're certainly a threat to Turkey. Kostov with 2 fouls. It's difficult to say, really. I mean, the only unbeaten teams in this tournament, Serbia, France, Greece. So those are all three teams, Serbia, France, and Greece, that have the potential to win the title without question.
I agree. What characterizes Greece and Serbia, they're very strong mentally. They have some talent, but they're so strong mentally. And this game comes down to details. We've seen it here in our group. Close games at the end are decided by small details. You have to be mentally tough.
Antonov, another three-pointer, and it rims out. Gordage. Antonov with the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Let me ask you about this group. Who has been the best team in this group for you? France are unbeaten. Israel are 3-1.
Well, France coming in, I figured like most people that they were just overwhelming favorites, but they really struggled in a couple of their games here. They played just well enough to win. They have so much talent. It's fun to watch. It's a team that's fun to watch. You got Tony Parker, you got Nando De Colo. Just the beat goes on from all the way to their bigs, Geoffrey Laverne and Rudy Gobert, giving us some great highlight plays. You got Boris Diaw, an assist machine in the low post.
Charles Kahudi comes in and makes his share of plays.
Kahudi, the defense. I mean, it's just a solid squad. And they appear to have great chemistry. But then again, they've struggled in some of these games, and they haven't always played their best. And teams like Finland took them to overtime. I didn't expect that. Israel surprised me here. You know, they've played well.
Their biggest issue has been depth, really.
Yes.
And they're frontline guys. They've also, I think they can, with Eliyahu bothered by an apparent foot injury, an ankle injury, or some type of foot problem, maybe their fate depends on how quickly he recovers in time for the knockout round.
Yeah, Caspi's averaged 37, 38 minutes a game. He's been relied upon to do so much.
Rebound for Antonov with 3.5 minutes to go.
I really like the Polish squad. I think they've been solid.
Yaltsev, and the foul called on Brabac.
We see this replay. Brabac makes the foul, and then it's inadvertently hit in the face by Valsev's off arm.
Brabac is waiting, and now he exits the game. Renfro comes back in. I guess Savanovic just decided, let's give Renfro the day off effectively, because he hasn't really depended on him too much.
He's been quiet.
So Vyaltsev at the line. And Russia really with a firm grip on this contest. 71-56. And we talked about it. We talked about Russia having come out and, really perhaps been a few plays away from being headed to the next round. Gordic gets inside over to Shutalo, and Vyaltsev reaches in and fouls him.
What team have you liked the best?
Watching here?
Okay, we know probably who the best team is. Has there been any team that surprised you?
Finland have not surprised me, because I expected them to play like that. The team that has definitely surprised me the most, well, the two teams are Poland and Israel. Poland have really taken a step up. They've definitely gone a step up, and I'm amazed at how well, Israel, they're well prepared for games. They spread the court well. They allow their players to make plays like Caspi, Eliyahu. They're great in the individual sense, but they also pass the ball well. So
Gal Menkel's been great also.
Yeah, he's been clutch.
And you've got Limanad,
There's
great role
Kostov.
players.
One more highlight reel play, and he just lays it up and in.
Dior Fisher, also you'd have to put him on that list of solid role players for Israel, but I agree with you. Probably their problem is the lack of depth at this point.
Well, 76-57, Russia really on top now with 2 minutes, 23 seconds against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Yeah, I think with Israel, what fascinated me, well, not fascinated me, but first of all, I knew that Caspi was good. I didn't know he was as good as he is. He's at a different level. You could argue he's been the best player in the group.
Yeah, he's also he's shown some great leadership skills. I mean, he's put the team on his back. He's given every ounce of energy he has and shown to be a leader.
And really, before Lior Eliyahu's injury, I would have put him almost at the same level as Caspi. I mean, that's how well he was playing. And then he injured his foot 2 games ago against Bosnia-Herzegovina late in the game, and you could see that he was not at his best against Poland yesterday.
True.
So I'm hoping that he's going to be able to shake that off.
It's going to be interesting to see them if they're going to run. I mean, their only way they know how to play is to run. They're going to be pushing the tempo against a very athletic French team. We could be in for a very high-scoring game in this last game.
And I'm not so sure that their coach Edelstein is maybe not the best coach here, because from a preparation standpoint, he's been spot on in every game.
I agree with you.
And he's maximizing his resources. So if you're listening, Eres, good job. Buza drives in. And Russia now will bring it up the floor. But it's been a magnificent time in Montpellier watching basketball. And Fritzen drills the three-pointer.
Doing what he does best. The #1 crowd. Of course, the French have been outstanding, but you have to give it to the Finns, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Gordic with the drive. Yeah, the Finland coach, Henrik Detman, said in the press conference, as we look at the replay here, after the last game, he said, you know what, we may not be among the big basketball countries, but if you look at it from our fan standpoint, the way they support us, we are among the big basketball countries. So I think that support's not going to just fade away. I think it's probably going to grow over the coming years.
Oh, they have to be happy with their showing here.
Good defense from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Kikanovic does to back his man down low. So Latvia faced a really tricky game. They were down by 15 points. They trailed Estonia for much of their game, but they've come back to win that game at home. So that means they'll be going to the round of 16. Vyaltsev for three, rims out.
There's your highlight almost. Anthony trying to finish that offensive rebound with authority. He gets fouled.
Well, Antonov has been really aggressive here, playing hard in the second half. Somebody shouted from the crowd. Antonov focused, and after he made the free throw, you can see him smiling. He looked over at the guy who shouted. He was trying to find out who it was. And that time, the person did not shout.
Same result.
Gordic. Bounce pass. Kikanovic cans it. Kikanovic cans it. We haven't used that. Where's that been?
He hasn't hit too many shots from the perimeter. He could do that, but he hasn't done that in this tournament. He's done it today, and he's going to do it. He's still a young player, up-and-coming player.
So Russia lead 81-61, and that's going to be the final score here against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Both teams finish 1-4, so Russia actually climb into 5th place here in Group A by virtue of their win. And perhaps get their just desserts for overall some good performances here at the Eurobasket. Oh, look at the stats. The three-point shooting from Russia was certainly a bonus. But more than that, I think it was their defensive effort at the start of the third quarter which kind of turned things around. Panovic had the 22. He led all scores. Zubkov really came to life. Fritzen as well. So that's the last that we're going to see of both of these teams, Russia and Bosnia-Herzegovina. And both sets of players go and say goodbye to the crowd. Thanks for both of you guys showing up as well. I think Johnny and I would like to say thanks for coming, Russia. Thanks for coming, Bosnia-Herzegovina. You can't always be the winners. Russia finally get their win one last time, 81-61 over Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Давай, ребята. Россия! 2015, cette première session de la journée est désormais terminée.
Some of you may attend to this game, which will be the last one here in Montpellier between Israel and France. Please note that doors will open at 7:45.
Le reste d'un match dans ce comité, c'est pour ce soir, 21h, et on retrouvera bien sûr l'équipe de France face à celle d'Israël. Pour information, pour ceux qui nous reviennent tout à l'heure, sachez que les portes réouvrent à 19h45.
We hope you have enjoyed your stay here in Montpellier. If your favorite team is qualified for the final round in league, tickets are available. You can find them and organize your stay indeed on Eurobasket2015.org.
Et on espère qu'on peut passer un bon séjour en France. Et si jamais vous souhaitez le prolonger pour vivre le festival du côté du stade Pierre-Mauroy de Lille, bien n'hésitez pas, les billets sont encore en vente. Il faut se rendre bien sûr sur le site officiel de l'Électrique de l'Eurobasket 2015, www.eurobasket.org.
And this team here is from Montpellier Arena and Riverberg Fitness staff are here to help you should you require any assistance. Bye-bye.
Plus de messages de prudence pour aider à quitter tranquillement l'arena de Montpellier. Et puis en cas de petits soucis, si vous êtes perdu ou tout autre petit problème, n'hésitez pas à demander aux personnes du staff. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Bye-bye.